From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Roethlisberger to throw, and he's taken down here by the Saints.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Pulled in at the 24. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
On the ground, Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Now Brown. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This is caught by Antonio Brown. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On third down, Roethlisberger. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And now running right through it. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. On second down, Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Hey, two.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Grant. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Luke Kuechly coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get up.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field, despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this time, Breeze will throw. Thomas barreling ahead. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. It's complete to Grant. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Shotgun now for Breeze. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more pressure.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing now is Breeze. That is caught at the 7. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
Here we go. 11.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He can run, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice? And maybe that...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Good set. Under.
Play action. Breeze. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, what a move. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fight.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 34. So after the INT, it's Breeze. That's Samuel, caught left side. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a play fake. Breeze. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. He got 29 yards that time.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it in without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On play action. Now Breeze. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Easy. Monday. Hey, two.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he had a nifty little deke juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now, it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Roethlisberger to throw. A screen to Bell. Oh, nice move at midfield. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Saints. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Roethlisberger now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Ben to throw again. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Let's go now.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And his throw's going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. T.J. Green with a pick. There goes Green. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger over the middle here to Brown. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The defensive rookie of the year, Marshawn Lattimore, there in coverage for New Orleans. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dante Fowler. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking long for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here you go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Camaro. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. Get set, get set.
Breeze going to throw here. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal. Win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house